My friends, welcome back to episode 9 plus 10. That's 21 for you slightly uncultured non-memers. But yeah, episode 21. Hello. Hi. Hope you're doing fantastic. Great to see you. You're looking lovely out there. I'm sure I can see you even actually that's kind of creepy. I was going to say that in an endearing way, like oh, I'm sure you're looking lovely and I can see that, but yeah, that's creepy. So never mind. But I am sure, but I can't see you to confirm, but I'm sure. I'm very confident. Anyway, so this, I thought of something fun to do, at least for part of the episode to talk about. And, the special day is almost upon us. My birthday is coming up. And by the time you guys see this episode, my birthday will have already passed. We'll already have celebrated together on my stream. But I'm recording this before my birthday, so I guess I just wanted to. I thought it'd be fun to just kind of talk about some birthdays that I've had, and just some fun birthday memories and all that kind of stuff. Because I don't know, some people don't like celebrating their birthday. They're anti. They're not about it. They don't want to be. They don't want to be made. Like a spectacle made out of their birthday. But I'm a big birthday guy. I think you guys know that. I believe in celebrating others, and and for that same reason, I celebrate myself because it would be kind of hypocritical if I was like, yeah, your birthday matters, but my birthday doesn't matter. That'd be kind of weird, right? So yeah, I my birthday matters to me, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a quiet one, but yeah, we'll make the most of it. So yeah, it falls on a Tuesday this year, which is good for the stream, bad for not having an awkward day in the middle of the week. I think next week though, or next year, when it falls on a Wednesday, I'll probably take it off because I don't know. The only reason I didn't take it off this year was because like, number one, it falls on a Tuesday, so I'm gonna have to stream anyway, so it's not like I can just go chill out all day. And number two, I don't know. What's number two? Number two is that I don't know. I'm taking time off for LVFC, so I don't know. There's a few different reasons, and I just figured, I'm not going to do much anyway that day. I would probably just be going around to get all my free birthday stuff, which I can do anyway, even if I'm working. Don't tell my boss, though. But yeah, so I don't know. One of my most memorable birthdays that I kind of talk about a lot is one time I was supposed to have a birthday party. How old was I? 10-ish. And it was I've always had a good mix of friends. Like, there were some friends from school, there were some friends from like the neighborhood I lived in, there was other friends like from other places, so like there was a good mix, right? Like there was not a shortage of cool people that were there. And I don't know, I think it's fun. I've always been a fan, and I think even now, you guys know, I'm kind of a fan of introducing cool people to other cool people. Like, I think that's freaking awesome. I love when cool people get to meet other cool people, because it's like, whoa, when two cool people meet, that's like, they get to meet, and then they can be like cool together. Like, that's pretty freaking awesome if you ask me. So yeah, for me, that's always been something I really enjoyed, and that this was no exception. Like, I was really excited, and I lived in beautiful, wonderful Southern California, and so, as you probably know, it doesn't rain very often in Southern California. It's usually beautiful weather. That's one of the reasons that you live in Southern California. However, on that fateful day, on the day of my birthday, my lovely birthday, that all I wanted was to have a nice time with my friends, it decided to rain. And so we were supposed to have like it wasn't going to be like a really cool party anyway. Like, my parents were not ballin', and I probably, even if they were, they're kind of cheapskates, so they probably would have been cheap anyway. So we definitely weren't doing anything crazy cool anyway, but it made it especially not like that's not cool, man, my birthday. But so yeah, so instead of being in the yard, it was in the garage. And so we set up in the garage, and I guess it didn't really affect anything because we were just like playing games in the garage instead of in the yard. But it was just kind of funny, like that it happened to rain because again, Southern California, it ain't raining very often, and like uh, especially in April, like sometimes in like March it'll rain like early in the year or like February. But like April's pretty far into the year for it to be raining down upon us. So yeah, it very upsetting. But we made the most of it, and it's like there's no sense being too sad because you can't do anything about it. And making the most of things is, as you guys know, is something I like to do. It's good to do that. So yeah, we had fun. We did like a scavenger hunt, and I'm thinking back on it, and it probably wasn't a great idea because like people had to go and like go out in the rain, which I mean, I guess it's probably not a big deal, but like also it was raining pretty good, and like I don't know, I don't know, am I crazy? Like it was raining, like you don't want to go out. But anyway, yeah, so we did that, and it was fun. And I think my cousin and I won, which, by the way, just so you know, I'm not a big fan of my cousin. At least this particular cousin. Like we're not close, but we won the scavenger hunt. But I think part of that is because here's the thing: I just realized, and I'm not even sure I realized that until this very moment. It was stacked in my favor because. Do you know why? Because it was my house, and guess what? At my house, it's very very close for me to just go and get what I need. I just realized that wow, that it was rigged in my favor. I can't believe that. So yeah, apparently the scavenger hunt was rigged for me. I wonder if my dad. I mean, I wonder if there was any thought. I mean, probably right. My dad is a pretty strategic guy. I do. It does make me wonder though, like how much thought went into the birthday boy will have an advantage because it's his house, like he's right here. I wonder how much thought went into that. Well, thanks, Dad. I appreciate that. If my dad ever watches my podcast, I hope he knows that I'm thankful that he rigged it for me. Because yeah, that's kind of funny. I never thought about that, but that makes perfect sense. It was rigged. I can't believe it. I can't believe it was rigged for me. But you know what? It's okay. I deserve it. I deserve the win. So yeah. So we did the thing. We won. But yeah. So it was a fun. Like I don't know if you guys ever do scavenger hunts or anything, but it's fun. I enjoyed. I would say I had a good experience with the scavenger hunt, and everyone seemed to enjoy the party. For what it was, considering, yeah, it was kind of as kids, right? You got a lot of energy. You kind of want to be like human around, not like stuck in the garage. Um, but yeah, it was cool, and a lot of cool people. Like it was very interesting because sometimes like certain people in your life, right, may never interact, right? Like for just as a random example, like most of you will probably just again as a random example, like you'll probably never meet my brother, for example. So like it's kind of cool when people that you wouldn't normally expect to get to interact. Like it's like whoa, like I wasn't expecting you guys to get to interact, and now you're interacting, and it was a fun experience, and that might have been my first birthday party because I didn't have a lot of birthday parties. I don't know. Some people, did you guys have a lot of birthday parties when you were kids? I'm not sure if most people get like a lot of birthday parties or not. I didn't get a lot of birthday parties. I made the most of the ones that I did, but I did not have that many. Another one that I had that was a lot of fun was the bowling birthday party, which I think bowling birthday parties are kind of like a cliche kid birthday party thing. I'm pretty sure they're a little bit cliche, not in a bad way or anything. Like, it's fine. I had fun at that one too. That one was like, how many people did we have for that? I'm not exactly sure the number, but we had a pretty decent little crew. And that one I was a little bit older. It was probably a couple years after the fateful um, garage birthday party. Um, so it was kind of like a different crew, but that was cool. And I got like they give you like a little thing where you get like a bowling pin signed by all your guests, and I still have that. It's in my parents' garage, or not garage, closet. So that's really cool. I think that's something that maybe I should take from their house. I'm not sure why I've never taken it from their house. It's still there. But that'd be fun to just display and kind of. I feel like the problem is like yearbooks are one thing, right? Because usually people write like their name, but like people just signing like a bowling pin, I feel like I wouldn't recognize the signatures. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what the frick like I'm just like Bob's like signature looks like. I'm just naming a random person. I don't think I know anyone named Bob, but like yeah, I don't know what the frick Bob's signature looks like. So I would just see it and be like, okay, who is this person? Like I don't know who this is, but it looks like a B and then some letters. So hooray! But like, yeah, I don't know. It. I like the idea of it, but I don't. I'm not sure I'll know who the signatures are, but maybe I can remember. I don't really remember who all went to that birthday party. Wonder if my parents do. Probably not. But I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious who all went to that birthday party because yeah, it's been as you might expect. It's been a hot minute since I had that birthday party because I was a little kid and now I'm an old guy. So it's how it goes. Time stops for no one, including me, including you. Time is passing for all of us right now, right this very moment. Are you hyper aware of your existence? I hope so. So that was a fun birthday party. Again, not really. I don't really remember a lot. The place that we had it at though is like a really awesome arcadey type place. I really really love that place. I haven't got to go back since I moved. Yeah, maybe next time, hopefully. Before we moved to Shabby and I went there like one last time, and it was nice. Like, and I remember I sent a picture to my grandma because she used to take me there when I was a little kid, and she was happy. My grandma since has passed away, so yeah, it's nice to remember. I need to go check that place out. It's very like it's nice to even have an arcade that existed, this long because most arcades, at least in my city, the ones that I would go to as a kid, they're dead, so dude. They're dead. They're gone. Arcades are not a very prominent business in this day and age, unfortunately, because they're awesome. Who doesn't love a good freaking arcade? Like they're so fun. But alas, kids these days, I think they like I don't know, they like Fortnite and stuff. What do kids like? Fortnite? Do they like Fortnite? Probably, right? Yeah, I think they like Fortnite. They like Fortnite. They like what else? Call of Duty. Do kids like Call of Duty? I don't actually know if kids like Call of Duty. I know like adults like Call of Duty. I got friends who like Call of Duty. We got lots of friends who like Call of Duty, but I don't know if kids like it. Probably, right? Well, yeah, probably to some extent, kids probably like it, but yeah, I like arcades. Arcades are fun, and I wish that they were more prominent still. But things come and go. I'm sure my parents probably feel the same way about things that they like that are no more or not as prominent as they once were. I guess maybe one day. I don't know. I guess maybe not. Probably. I say I'm trying to be like dramatic, but realistically, I think arcades will probably always be around in some extent. Just not in the way that we necessarily at least how I remember them, right? They're very different. A lot of arcades these days are more kind of like gambling. To be honest with you, the games are structured in such a way. Like when you think of stuff like Round One, for example. And don't get me wrong, I freaking love Round One. I play those dang cranes. I play the gambling games. They're freaking fun. But it's not quite the same. You know what I mean? It's just not. And that's okay. Again, things can change. Change is, it's okay. Sometimes it happens and it is what it is. You can either be sad or you can live your life and see where it takes you, so I don't know. Long live arcades. That's what I got out of that. Long live arcades. So I don't know. I don't really remember a lot of. That's pretty much, I think, the only two birthday parties I really had as a kid. At least the ones that I can remember having. Maybe there was something else small, but I feel like I would remember. So yeah, that was about all I had as a kid. As an adult, of course, I've had some nice, friendly birthdays, and like one year. This is many years ago, and I kind of honestly forgot this even happened, because it was really it was funny. It was like this was, how many years ago would this have been? I'd say 6 or so years ago, because it was definitely pre-pandemic. Probably 7 years ago. I'm not sure. A while ago. But Toshabi picked me up, or I don't remember if he picked me up or if I just came home after work, one way or the other. But he said, "All right, we're going," and so after work we went on a journey, and I didn't know where we were going. It was literally a mystery, and so I got in the car and we went, and had no frickin' idea where we were going, and just kind of went with the flow, and eventually we got to a place. It was nice. I don't really know how to tell the story too dramatically beyond it, but yeah, I didn't know where we were going, and so we went, and anyway, he ended up taking me to this casino, and well, it's like a casino. There is a casino there, but we weren't like going to the casino. It just is a lot. So let me tell you guys, in Southern California and Las Vegas, most things that you're going to do will have a casino attached to them. For example, any bowling alley or movie theater you go to in Las Vegas is going to have a casino attached to it. Most of the time, these casino resorts have those amenities attached to them. Why? Because, well, they want Mr. Billy Bob to take his little kid to go play bowling. And then, while the kid's bowling, he wants Billy Bob to go out and lose a bunch of money at the casino. So that's how it be here. So anyway, we were going to go to a show. Well, I didn't know that again, and I just was just there. And Toshabi said, "We're going to this show. It's like a live show. It's like the group was called what was the Clairvoyants? That's what they were called. We watched them on America's Got Talent before together, and we both really liked them. And I guess he saw that they were going to be in an area. It was like an hour-ish drive. It was actually pretty funny, because it was a hike. It wasn't like down the street. It was like a literal, like, and again, if you've never been here, you don't know, but like a lot of the casino resorts in Southern California are like in the mountains. So it was literally like a drive, like either he's taking me somewhere really cool or he's taking me somewhere to kill me. Like that's what it is. Like that's where we're at in the freaking wilderness. But no, it was really fun, and yeah, it was a great time. I really enjoyed the show. They're really cool. And we got to eat at the buffet there, and yeah, we got to do both of those things. We ate at the buffet. We watched the show. We got to, after that, we went home, and and just hung out. I think my birthday fell on a Friday that year. I wonder if I could go mathematically figure out what year it is based on the fact that it fell on a Friday. I'm sure I could, but I'm not going to. But I could. I'm sure it would be easy enough to go look. Although maybe I should. Okay, let's go look. All right, we're gonna go look, and I'm gonna tell you what year. I'm gonna start at 2019. April 1st, 2019 was a Monday. Okay, let's try 2018. Sunday. How about 2017? Saturday. And so then 2016. Holy crap. No wonder I don't remember. That was 9 years ago. Okay, so 2016. Wow, I don't think I would have guessed that. That's a long time ago. That's wow. That is wow. I'm amazed. Wow, we're all getting old, guys. We're all getting old, chat. I'm sorry to say. It's very sad, but we'll carry on through life and stuff. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, 2016. I feel better about not remembering it because it was so long ago. Yeah, I was just driving when I was visiting my parents. The other week I was like driving past the area. It like advertised. There's like the highway signs, and they're like, I won't say the name of the place, but like they advertise it like, look at this, like take this exit to go to that place. And then I was like, oh yeah, wow, I forgot we went there. So that was cool. But yeah, 2016 it is. That's a long time ago. So that was 2016. Did I have any other cool birthdays? I remember one year, we went to watch a movie like on the eve. I think my birthday fell on a Sunday, and we went to watch a movie like right before, I guess on Saturday. A horror movie, of course. I love horror. And then I just remember, we came back, and then I was playing League of Legends. We were playing League of Legends as this clock struck midnight. How cursed. Who would do that? Who would play League of Legends right before their birthday? That's so cursed. But yeah, no, that was a fun birthday. Not that memorable in particular. I don't know. It's hard to, there's a lot of birthdays. Like those were the memorable ones. Like I named a few memorable ones, but that means like the majority of your birthdays are not very memorable. Like the vast majority are they were just happened. I don't really remember anything special about them. I guess the pandemic had some cool ones because so 2020 was a really lame birthday. That was like my birthday happened like my birthday's April 1st, and the pandemic happened on like March 16th or something. So I was like hard shut down. I couldn't do anything. I think I ate with my parents. I think there's no restaurants open or anything. It was maybe not even that. I don't even know if we did that. I might have just sat at home. Let me think. 2020. Yeah, probably. I doubt I did much. Probably. I wonder, did Toshabi probably had work because he works in the nighttime. So he probably had to work. No. So did I really just do nothing? Right, sure. You did nothing? That's lame. I must not have done anything. That's insane. So yeah, so that one really sucked, to be honest with you. It was pretty lame. But then in 2021, I had my VR chat birthday party. VR chat was popping off. I got VR in 2020, like many people. And so for 2021, it was like, yo, I got VR chat. I got a model. That was my original vaRAIety model. And it was like, yo, I'm so cool now. This is going to be awesome. Let's do this thing. And so I had a VR birthday party, and it was so fun. And no one really, I guess, from the community was there except Leo, my dear friend Lee Otter, and he was there. And again, I don't think anyone else that was from our community would have been there. But it was cool having Leo and a lot of other cool friends there, and yeah, just being celebrated. Like I like a birthday party, and and I'm not shy. You guys know me. There's nothing shy about me. I don't get ooh woo. Don't celebrate me. Like, yeah, you want to effing celebrate me, bitches. Like, let's do it. So that was really fun. It's just, I don't know. It's really nice, especially in the furry fandom, right? When it's really just people you just deeply deeply care about, people that I had like a really, really strong bond with, and just able to spend time with them on my special day. And we hung out for a long time. I wonder if I have some pictures that I can show from that event. I wonder. Should I try to look right now? Hold on, let me see if I can find anything. Give me a second. Give me just a second here, folks. I'm gonna look because you guys deserve to see them. If they exist, I'm showing you. Don't you worry. Let's see. That would have been on my old PC, so we're gonna go to this. We're gonna go to that one, and then we're gonna look under pictures. Do I have some? Is this okay? So here's some. Do we have anything fun though? Like you need actual fun pictures, right? Like I might have some like nothingness pictures, but do I have anything that's pretty cool? Where was this? Was this my birthday party? No, I don't know who the hell that is. I hope that's not my birthday party. I don't know who that is. I don't tend to celebrate people that I don't know who they are. Okay, so is this my birthday? Nope. Okay. Raichu birthday? No. That's my birthday stream, which we're going to talk about next. Well, I don't know if we have anything, guys. I'm not sure we do. I'm sorry to say. I'll look under documents. Raichu, no. Oh yeah, that was for my tier list. My birthday stream tier list. Or my Raichu stream. So for you new people, you don't know that, but like years ago we did like a tier list of every game that I streamed that year. So it was like like we have, just as an example, like we played Alone in the Dark. That's S tier, baby. But I rated it on actual like the goodness of the stream, not like how much I like the game, because I feel like, obviously it's going to be a little jank if I do it based on like the amount that I like it, because it's going to be like Alone in the Dark, S tier, and stuff like that. So I tried to keep it fair by, doing it like that. And I think it worked out well. It was fun. Actually, I really enjoyed that tier list stream. That was a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. Those of you that are still here with us after, what year was that? 2021? Wow. I think that was 2021. That's crazy. So yeah, that was a fun birthday in 2021. And then 2022, I did my subathon on my birthday. Now that was a crazy one. That was a lot of fun. And I woke up and basically I streamed for 13-ish hours and had my birthday party, and it was very cool. I think. You guys think so? I think it was cool. We had a lot of fun, and yeah, I would say for those of you that were there, you probably, hopefully, fondly remember it, because we did a lot in that stream. We did a lot, and we hit our, I think, 1,000 followers on that stream. Which was great. I'm proud of us for hitting that milestone so long ago. And now we're just kind of, we're slaying FR. So yeah, that was a cool birthday. One of the rare times that I streamed on my birthday, actually, that might be the only time I've streamed on my birthday ever. I think so, because I remember some of the other years I canceled because if they fell on a stream day. Yeah, this might be my first ever true birthday stream, like that's not the subathon, because that was also a special occasion, because like I was off work. I took off work because I was going to be, doing a subathon all day. This is like Raichu, normal work, birthday stream, normal day for all intents and purposes. So that was 2022. It was a lot of fun. And 2023 was a special one as well, because my birthday fell on a Saturday, and who doesn't love a good frickin' Saturday birthday? And on that Saturday was also WrestleMania in Los Angeles, California. And Patat had come in, or Pocat, sorry, at the time. I don't know, was he still Pocat or Potat at the time? I don't know. But anyway, he came in from Singapore, and we went to WrestleMania together because we're both wrestling fans. And so we got to do that on my birthday. The driving in Los Angeles traffic part was not a fun part of my birthday. However, the actual event was amazingly fun. And then we went back home, and I think we just hung out with Tushabi and And I think his brother came over that day. I'm not 100% sure, but like, yeah, we had a nice time. Had some drinks for my birthday. Had some fun. I think we played Mario Party that day. Did we? I'm a good Mario Party player, by the way. I think we did play Mario Party that day. Which, you know what, Mario Party is always it's a good birthday for me. No complaints here. So that was a special birthday because yeah, it was doing something really. I mean, once in a lifetime. Basically, getting to go to WrestleMania, like that's not something you get to do every day. Um, which is funny because WrestleMania is actually going to be in Las Vegas this year, but it's during the convention, and also the tickets are just kind of stupid expensive these days, so it's not even worth it. But yeah, it could have been twice in a lifetime, but probably not worth it to be honest, because yeah, that's a lot of money, and money is money. You don't want to blow it too freely. That's my life motto. Until you catch me at the casino, then I be winning, Then I be slaying everybody. So yeah, that was a really cool and special birthday, like just getting to do something again, once in a lifetime. You don't get to go to WrestleMania every day. And that was 2023, and then 2024. My birthday fell during Las Vegas FurCon, so we had the con, and again, it was a lot of fun. We went out on the eve of my birthday because my birthday fell on a Monday. But the con, like you're there on the Sunday at the con, right? And so on Sundays, like we celebrated it, right? Like we went out on Sunday, we went to Giordano's, which if you don't know Giordano's, it's like a deep dish pizza place. And we had some pizza and we hung out. A lot of us, how many people did we have there? Maybe like 10-ish. And then afterwards we went back to to our room, to Shabi and I and our other friend's room. We had some drinks. We had some food, etc. We were just vibing, and it was really awesome. It was a really, really good time, and I'm happy that I got to enjoy my birthday with a lot of really awesome people, because it was a really special time. And now we're here. My birthday this year will be a little bit boring. My actual birthday, anyway, which your actual birthday is only one small piece of the birthday puzzle, I guess, because you can do other things like not on the day of your birth. You can enjoy yourself anytime you want. So my actual birthday day, probably this year, a little bit slow, a little bit boring. Not that there's anything wrong with that. We'll have a stream. It'll be nice. We'll hang out with people. But we're not doing anything super special. But then on the weekend, Tushabi and his brother are coming into town. We're gonna have a little birthday celebration for me. That'll be like the weekend after my birthday, and so we're gonna do something cool. Like I get to do something cool for my birthday. Even if it's not necessarily on my actual birthday, like it'll be really fun. So it's okay. It's good things are worth waiting for. That's how it be. Sometimes you got to wait a few days. So it'll only be like 3 days waiting. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. That's only 3 days. So yeah, I guess that's kind of where we're at this year. It's like we're just making the most of it. It's not, I don't think it's going to be the most exciting birthday I've ever had, but that's okay. You know why? Because we're going to make the most of it and we're going to have a good time. And that's all that really matters at the end of the day, is that you enjoy yourself on your special day. I'm a big proponent of enjoy yourself on your special day, because it's your special day, dude. For real. Like, come on. It's for you to enjoy. So enjoy it. All right. So jumping into some questions. The first one we have is from the Otterly. I feel like it's like Otterly and Orca's meme to put funny names instead of just like putting their own basic name. But they are the most prevalent question askers, so you know what, they do need to mix it up. So you know what, I approve of their actions. So anyway, the question reads as follows. It says, is there a redeem that you wish you could add to stream but couldn't for some reason. For example, for fear of spam, not feasible live, etc. So that's a good question, and I feel like had I thought about this more, maybe I'd be able to remember, because I feel like probably at some point there was probably some redeems that, that I maybe thought, or, probably not thought, probably were actually just unfeasible in terms of coding. See, part of the problem is, right, I don't like asking for favors, and I don't know how to code. So literally any redeem is basically impossible for me to do myself. So I have to ask for help, right? And I don't like asking people for help. So, it's a challenge. But I would say realistically, yeah, I don't have a whole lot that I, kind of wish I had at this point. Like, the big thing I wanted to do that I thought was unique, that I thought no one else would do, is community facts. And for me, right, I've always been someone, when it comes to streaming, right, I don't like, and I know it's kind of silly, but I don't like taking stuff, right? And I know, okay, everyone streams, and so it's inevitable that people will have the same ideas as other people, but I don't like to blatantly, anyway, take stuff from other streamers, except, obviously there's certain things, like, for example, shout-out clips, right, or something like that, everyone has. But, unique-ish things, or, more kind of special things, even the big one that I kind of wanted to have, just because I think it's freaking amazing, is, how Chili Mex has a laugh track. It's a redeem, so, sometimes he'll say something funny, and then someone will redeem the laugh track at the right time, and then it's really funny, because there's, it's like Chili Mex would say, I'm such a wacky guy, and then the laugh track goes, ha, 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 and it's really funny or something. But that's, the one thing that I kind of wanted, but I won't take it, and he's told me many times, oh, please take it, but I won't take it, because I want to, I need to forge my own path, and if there's something that, someone came up with on their own, who am I to take that? So that's kind of how I feel. And the big original idea that I had, that I don't know of anyone else who does it, and maybe someone out there has it, but I don't know if that's even someone has it. Maybe I'm the only person in the world with it, but that is community facts, which I figured out how to put in on my own and how to do on my own. And so I have that sense of accomplishment that I was able to quote. I say code. I use the word code extraordinarily loosely, but I did that myself, and it's a unique redeem that I came up with. I made it myself, and it's me, and I like that. So that's really the big one. I guess other than that, I think some things would be cool. Like, for example, I mentioned one time on the stream pretty recently, it'd be kind of fun to do how we have the different animals. It'd be fun to do an assemble thing, oh, all the foxes were the first to arrive in the stream or something. I don't want to just take a lot of streamers have the whole first thing, oh, you showed up first, so you redeem that, and then you get first, hooray. I want to have something kind of unique, so I think having that animal one would be kind of neat. We have foxes, we have fish, which is all kinds of aquatic animals. We have cats, we have dogs, etc. So I think something like that would be cool if it could be coded to be oh, the fourth fox and the foxes checked in, so now all the foxes have arrived, and the foxes are the winners of the day, or whatever it may be, which Sharp Nips had said in chat when I mentioned that was something that was feasible. So maybe it is feasible, but I know me, I'm probably will be too stubborn to ever ask for help, even though, it's probably feasible. I could probably figure out how to do it even myself, but for me, the real challenge of adding things is I don't like to rely on others, which I probably should more often, and I don't really have the mental time or bandwidth to figure it out. The amount of time, me figuring that out would take a lot of hours, a lot more hours than a smart person would probably be able to do it pretty quick, right? That knows how to code and stuff. So it's just not kind of it's a challenge, right? I run my whole operation, and when I say my operation, I mean life. I run it on a very thin margin of time. So for me to spend a long time on a project like that, it's feasible, but it's not essential to me. Like the big project that I spent a lot of time on because I really, really wanted it was community effects, right? And so that one I did something like the otter or the fish and fox, foxes and cats and dogs. Like that sounds fun, but I wouldn't say it's a top priority in my life. And maybe at some point I'll have time and I'll just say like, yo, let's fucking figure this out. But that time is not now. And maybe the time will arrive, but right now I guess it's just not there. So I would say there's not a big one. There definitely has been, and I'm sorry to say I can't think of them right now because a lot of them were when I was just kind of getting started in 2021 when our channel was first experiencing growth, when I started like being like, okay, I need to add a lot of things because our channel is growing rapidly. 2021 is when we kind of had our big explosion of, wow, we're actually somewhat kind of like we have viewers here more than like a couple. We've got like high double digits. Like we've got to actually, make some things happen. So probably back then I probably had some bold ideas. I guess, yeah, for me, the ones that and it's not even really a redeem, like I'd like to be able to zoom in, which I think I asked Yasha about it one time, and I really thought it was like a very simple thing. Like, how streamers do the zoom, everyone does it. I thought it was like a really simple thing, and the way he explained it, like it was a lot of work, and I was like, okay, I don't really care that much. Like I thought it'd just be like very, very, very simple. To just be able to like push a button on my stream deck and then I zoom in, or something. So something like that I would like at some point. It just seemed like a lot more work than I thought it was, and it's not that important to me. The little redeems with the fish and foxes and stuff would be fun. But other than that, we're just kind of cooking along. And for me right now, it's really just about putting out the consistent content that I want. I know the streams are good, and I know, the YouTube series are something fun else to do. So, I haven't had the big blast of motivation to try to figure out, because again, like my brain thinks of, I guess I'm saying kind of right now, my brain hasn't thought of something, but there's a difference between my brain just thinking of something versus, actually being able to feasibly do it again without asking for much help, because I don't want to, I don't like asking for help on things like that. I don't like it. But I guess really the question Otterly asked is just like, what ideas do you have? So yeah, I guess that was my big one, which I think you were probably there for that stream, so you might have heard me ask or mention that. And so yeah, that would be the big one. Other than that, just I'm sure more things will come to me. But we kind of have what we want. The big one that I wanted that made my stream mine is community facts, and I'm happy to have that. And I think people are still kind of, I think anyway, people sometimes tell me like, oh, that's a really cool thing. And I think it's just a unique thing. It took a lot of effort for me to gather all the facts and put them in. And yeah, for me, again, my community's always been about community. It's not about, can I have the most high-tech crazy things to distract you that I don't like my viewers, or that I, don't have much of a personality or something. Like, I don't need any of that to distract you. I can put on a show just fine, and I don't need, and I'd rather the focus be on the community, which I'm able to do with community facts. So for me, that's what's important to me, is being able to highlight the community and the amazing people that are here, because the community is what made us. And the streamer is only, ideally, right, the streamer is only one small piece of a puzzle that goes into a stream, whereas the community is like 90% of the puzzle. Like, realistically, right? And I know people might disagree, but like, let's say, like, RAIety stops streaming, and okay, Chili Mex is the new streamer. Like, we all go to Chili Mex's, and by we all, I mean, let's just say, like, tomorrow I died. Okay, let's hope it doesn't happen, but let's just say I did, and it's like, okay, Chili Mex is going to take over in RAITY's steed. And now we're all going to be, like, all RAITY's viewers are going to be on Chili Mex's stream instead. Like, I think you would be mostly there. You'd still have Kel in the chat being funny. You'd still have all the wonderful characters that make our community us. You'd be missing me, which is a piece of the puzzle. But I think in terms of, if a stream is overly reliant on only the streamer, like they don't have a community, they don't have, like, characters and stuff in the audience, in the community, like, it's just not... it doesn't feel quite complete, right? If it's just a guy, like it feels a little parasocial. I mean, and my goal has always been for us to not be parasocial, for us to be a community. And so yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting idea, right? And I think overall, a lot of communities, I guess, fall in that bucket where the streamer is just a small piece of the puzzle, and the community is what makes it. But for me, even more so, I think than others. I truly believe that like Chili Mex or Kel or anyone of our true OGs, if I had dropped dead tomorrow and one of them needed to take over the show, and assuming you guys all still went and supported them in my absence, I would be confident that you guys, we would have the same amount of fun as we do now, roughly. There'd be a miss. Sure, everyone would be sad and stuff, but like for the most part, we'd be 90% of the way there. And I think that's a really nice thing because, I always talk about it, but you're never promised tomorrow. And it's nice to know that if something ever did happen, I believe that we would carry on the legacy. I hope anyway. Chili Mex, Cal, if anyone's listening, don't forget, if something happens to me ever, you got to keep streaming so that we can continue this amazing thing. That is a great outlet for so many people. Because that was the point of the vaRAIety stream. Was during the pandemic, life was hard, and I wanted to give an outlet to people, and we made it an outlet. And all these years later, in 2025, and we're pushing through 2025. We're through the first quarter of 2025, essentially, and we're going strong, and we'll continue to be an outlet, and I hope for many, many more years. Who knows how many more years? Who knows? We got a lot of gas in the tank, a lot of games left to play, a lot of stuff left to do, and we'll keep on rocking. So yeah, I thank you for the question, Otterly. I guess I don't have a really great answer for you. I don't think I answered it too great. I didn't have a real cool answer in the year 2025, but hopefully some cool things will happen. And maybe I'll, it's just, I guess that's the two constraints, right? I don't want to steal something from someone, and I don't like asking for help when it comes to coding that stuff, and I don't know how to code. So it can be a little more challenge, a little more time consuming. It's like I need one of these three things: either coding skills, being more comfortable asking people for favors, or time, and I have none of those. Dang it. I just need any one of those would be perfectly fine. But I don't have any of them. So, YOLO. But yeah, thank you very much for the question. I appreciate it. And thank you very much. All right, our next question comes from the coolest cat around, Ross, Cool Cat. And it says, if you ever had a dream where you were Pokemon throughout your life, which one was it? Unfortunately, I know some people have cool dreams where they're like their Sona or their, I've heard people having like TF dreams and like all these different cool furry related dreams. Unfortunately, I've never had any of those. I'm always just human, good old human me in my dreams. So unfortunately, I can't say that I ever had something like that. I mean, I have to presume, right? If I had a Pokemon themed dream, I would be Raichu, right? I'm pretty Raichu core. I've never really identified much as any other Pokemon. I mean, besides Raiju, some people really, they vibe with a lot of different Sonas. I've never really vibed with a whole lot other than Raichu and Raiju. And, I've had a decent amount of Sonas, like my Charmeleon Sona. I liked him. He was cool, but I never really vibed with him. My Otter, my Buizel. Like, I've had a lot of Sonas, and none of them really did I vibe with very much. I've talked about this kind of a fair bit throughout my my podcast episodes, but yeah, I've just never really vibed with them too much besides my main two. And I mean, I guess that's nice, right? Some people even feel disconnected to one. I've at least got two, which, hey, you know what? That's pretty good. But I guess, yeah, they're special to me. And like I said, the first time I became a Raichu, it just felt like kind of like the click. Like I feel like that's how some people feel coming to like any kind of identity in their life. Just like for me, that was like my identity click moment. I was like, whoa, this feels right. and it really did, and it does. It still does. I still feel very Raichu like, but of course I love Raiju the Dragon. Both are great. It's hard to say, which one I really feel more connected to. I think both in certain ways. I mean, these days, right? Raichu is kind of fading. I mean, I have badges, right? And people call me Raichu, like at the con. When I see people, they're going to call me Raichu probably. Maybe Rai. But like, yeah, a lot of people call me Raichu still. But for the most part, like I think on most sites, my icon is Raiju. Like Twitter, I guess really that's like Twitter, Blue Sky, Telegram, and Discord are really the main ones that I use. And I'm pretty sure all of them are Raiju pics, which, I just have that one like really great Raiju art, which I can't stop using. So yeah, that makes me a little biased, but yeah, I've never had a dream like that. I think it's cool that people can. It's really cool. But no, just for me, just old human me. Although most of the time, I mean, in dreams, right? You don't really, at least for me, I don't necessarily know that I'm me or like exactly who I am. But I mean, I'm pretty certain I'm a human. But I guess it's not. I don't know. My dreams are kind of weird like that. I dream fairly often. I would say 50% of nights, most likely. Around that, maybe 40%, maybe 50%. I don't know. It's probably about half. It's definitely not more than half, but if it's less than half, it's not much less than half. So, but I guess mathematically speaking, if it's definitely not more than half, then mathematically it's most likely less than half, because otherwise it would be exactly 50%, which seems mathematically unfeasible. Raichu puts on glasses, nerds it up, straight up nerding it, and by it I mean mathematics. So yeah, but yeah, I have a lot of dreams, just not as a Pokemon, unfortunately, or a dragon, or really anything except a human. But you know what? It's okay. It's all right. We'll live. We gotta be a human. It's kind of cringe, but that's what we'd be doing. We'd be up cringing it, and that's me. Good old cringe lord me. All right, so now we've got a question from the amazing Ethan, and it says, "Belated happy birthday at the time of the broadcast." Thank you. It's funny that Ethan mentions that, because we were talking about my birthday earlier in the episode, and this is it's actually a good kind of, not tangent per se, but a different angle of the stuff that I talked about. I talked about my birthday parties and stuff. This is a different angle to come at, and I like that. It's something that I hadn't talked about that I think is pretty cool. So the question asks, what is your most ideal birthday celebration with family and friends, regardless of how improbable it is? So that's kind of interesting, right? Because I tend to be a pretty realistic guy. And so regardless of how improbable it is, gives me pause. I mean, for me, right? Let me, I'll be completely honest, and I live, pretty much where I want to live. If I was rich, it'd be nice to travel easier between here and San Diego, where I'm from, because I love that city as well, and I love LA as well. So like being able to travel between those three would be nice, but really most of the stuff I like is in Vegas. So if I was going to have what we'd call a quote unquote ideal birthday, regardless of improbability, I mean, really my ideal birthday is just being able to go to the Strip, maybe to Fremont Street, do the stuff in Vegas, the stuff that makes Vegas Vegas. So to be able to do that stuff, do some gambling, do some drinking, eat some good food, walk around, just kind of sightsee and just kind of have a good time. And that's always been my happy place, Las Vegas. And so that's what I want to do. And that's what I will be doing this year. A little bit belated past my birthday, because my birthday falls on a Tuesday. But yeah, so I mean, that's what I will be doing. Now, if we're talking, improbability, since Ethan mentions like, oh, if you could do it improbably, I mean, I guess the only thing would be like, probably I'd stay in like a nicer, like if there's no limits, like I can just make it up whatever I want, I mean, I guess I want to stay in like one of those like $10,000 a night rooms, like the really fancy ones. That's just like crazy out of my spending threshold, and be able to just like go crazy at one of those and like just really live it up. Like there's some crazy. If you guys ever like are curious and you want to just look it up on YouTube, you could probably go to like craziest Las Vegas suites on YouTube, type that in or something, and see some of them. I think there's one at the Palms, which is the Palms, for those of you who, I mean, really, even if you are familiar with Vegas, you might not know the Palms, but it's like, it's not a touristy place. It's off the main strip, and it's kind of like a locals resort, but they have like this crazy room. I think it costs, and I don't want to quote myself in case I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's $100,000 a night, which is like a crazy room. So something like that would be really crazy, and just being able to like go to like the really expensive like food places that like normally I'm fairly I don't really need to eat fancy food, right? Like I like it, but it's not something like, you know how like some things you can spend more on and they increase your happiness. Like for example, like if I'm like drinking liquor, I do enjoy like the more expensive liquor gives me a proportional enjoyment that is it's not worth the money per se, but like it's like the amount of happiness I have or the amount of enjoyment I have of it will go up with the more expensive stuff, right? Versus the food, whereas like there's a certain limit, right? Like probably like a $25 meal in Vegas, which is like a nice lower mid-range meal, is like about as good as it can get. Sure, like I've had fancy meals at like nice steakhouses before, but the amount of enjoyment I get is not much more than that like 20 to 25. You know, like the idea of diminishing returns. The returns diminish greatly as we get above that range. I'm an easy guy. I can eat some pizza. I can eat, some chicken tendies. I'm real easy, like a burger. Like, do I like to have a nice steak from time to time, or like a nice dish, like an Italian restaurant or something? Sure. But it's not, like if I had a certain budget, that would be something I would not spend highly on, because I get a great deal out of enjoyment out of like a $25 meal, which is, a nice-ish meal. It's not a bad meal by any means. But I don't need the super fancy meal. But if money was no object, it's kind of like how the rich people will buy like those, how there's like there's like, I don't know, I'm just thinking of like a random rich person thing. There's like really expensive, like how about like Fiji water, right? Are you guys familiar with Fiji water? It's like the expensive water. Like I just drink some freaking whatever tap water or whatever cheap water, right? But like a rich person, they'll have the Fiji, which is like, $5 a bottle or whatever. And sure, like it tastes a little better than like the whatever random water bottle, but not for me to justify spending that money, right? But if I was rich and money was no object, I mean, sure, I'll drink some dang Fiji water. I don't care. It's like it's a little better. And sure, that like $100 steak is like a little better. Like it might be a little more enjoyable to me than like the, $20 burger. But like it's not that worth it to me where I'm like, oh, I need to spend that much money. So yeah, I don't know. I guess for me, if money was no object, I would just ball out on the stuff that I already do. I'd be able to gamble a little bigger. I'd be able to stay at a nicer room, have a little nicer food, have a little nicer liquor, be drinking some Fiji water, and so yeah, just kind of do the same things that I like to do. I'm very simple, and so for me, that's where I like to be in Vegas. There's no place I'd rather be on my birthday, which I had the privilege of being there in 2024. What did I do for my birthday in 2023 again? Let me think here. Oh, I was at WrestleMania. Well, I couldn't be there in 2023 because I was at WrestleMania, but that was also great. But yeah, I love Vegas, and I would want to be on the Las Vegas Strip. And yeah, if money were no object, if I could, as Ethan puts it, if I could, no matter how improbable it was, I would just ball out. I would go all out, ball out, and have a really crazy good time in Las Vegas, because Las Vegas I love Las Vegas, and that's where I would want to. That's where I would want to enjoy my special day, which I will be. Well, I guess again on my special day this week. Unfortunately, or on this year, I have to be at work because I'm cringe. But on the weekend after my birthday, we be going crazy. We be having a good time. So that's going to be happening. And will it be high budget like we referenced in this video or in this podcast? No, it'll just be the normal low budget. But you know what? It'll still be freaking awesome, and I'm looking forward to it. So thanks for the question, Ethan. All right, next question, also from Ethan, says, "This is a cool question. What is your favorite sandwich?" Sandwiches. I like a good sandwich, and I'm not sure I have a clear some people have something that they really gravitate to, like that is all they'll eat, right? Or something like that. Like I know people who are very, very dedicated to their particular, kinds of sandwiches. Like, oh, I know my brother, for example, he eats like a peanut butter sandwich almost every day at work. I kind of like going through phases in the sense that for example, like I don't buy anything super regularly in terms of that. Like for example, I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I always have peanut butter and jelly at my house. But I wouldn't say like, oh, every day I'm going to eat peanut butter and jelly, for example. But I do like having one on occasion, probably like once a week, once every couple weeks. I like having like lunch meat sandwiches, like you have like turkey, like deli turkey. So I like having like turkey sandwiches. Turkey's always good. So I have that on occasion. I had that recently because turkey lunch meat, when you open it, it has a very short-ish shelf life. So I kind of have to burn through it. So I end up like having it every day. I did have that every day for like a week. But now I won't have it for like a while until like someday will come and I'll be like, I could go for some turkey. I'll be at the store and I'll be like, I could go for some turkey. Like that's how it really goes for me. I'm not a big planner when it comes to food. I just kind of see what strikes me as I want that this week. That sounds really good. So sometimes I crave something like that. So I had some turkey. I mean, like chicken sandwiches, always great. Any kind of chicken sandwich, like a fried chicken sandwich or a grilled chicken sandwich. I'm a big chicken guy, so any kind of chicken sandwich is always a win in my book. So you can't go wrong there. I like Italian sandwiches a lot, that have like salami or pepperoni or other Italian meats like that. That would be my go-to at like a place like Subway or another equivalent sandwich shop. I usually like to get Italian sandwiches. So that would be my answer as far as like going to a sub shop, like a sandwich shop like that. I like to get those Italian subs. At like a restaurant, probably would just be something basic, like a chicken sandwich, most likely. I'm definitely more. I've never been a big, and I think maybe you've talked about this before, but I've never been a huge beef guy, or pork. Really, I'll eat them, but chicken is always my preference, and so definitely like a chicken sandwich at something like that. Like I'm going to like a restaurant, like sit down, and they have a bunch of different sandwiches and other meals. Like, yeah, chicken sandwich, just a simple chicken sandwich, spicy. I like spicy things, which Italian sandwiches also often have some level of spice to them, depending on what they are. But many of them do have some level of spice. When I get like a chicken-based sandwich or something, I often like when I make them at home, I'll put like jalapenos on them or something that has a little bit of spice because I like a little bit of spice. I like to. I'm not a boring. I'm a little bit boring. I'm not, but I like to have my sandwiches a little spiced up. So those are all good choices. But even then, like a grilled cheese, that's a freaking delicious sandwich. I like having grilled cheese. I probably have those not super often, but like a few times a month probably. I said PB&J, I said turkey, I said chicken, I said Italian. What other kind of sandwiches are good? I mean, I named almost like virtually every type of sandwich I can think of. I'm not a big fish guy. I like shrimp, lobster. So I like what do you call those ones? I like seafood. I just don't like, I'm not really big on like regular fish. Like I'm going to have a fish sandwich. No, I've had them before. But it's never going to be my like choice really, like maybe there would be a time when I'd be like at a seafood restaurant or something. But even then I'd probably just get like shrimp or crab, lobster, something that I like more versus something that I'm kind of just really, honestly, unfortunately, or for better or for worse, is kind of mid to me. Just not Just not big on that. So, that is what it is. Is there any other kinds of sandwiches I can mention? I really don't think so. I think I named every possible type of sandwich that exists in the world. And as always, as the right you tends to do, I kind of talked about them all in a positive way. Instead of actually telling you one definitive favorite sandwich, I told you nice things about 8,000 sandwiches. So that's me. Unfortunately, that's just what you're getting. You're gonna get me talking about all the kinds of sandwiches. But yeah, I don't really have a favorite type of sandwich. I guess there's just varieties. Oh, but what about like breakfast sandwiches? Like I love like a breakfast sandwich with like sausage, egg, and cheese or something like that. Oh, I love breakfast sandwiches. Those are great. I don't have them super often. I like to have a little bit of a lighter breakfast usually, rather than a very heavy breakfast, which those feel kind of heavy, right? Those kind of fill me up. I'd be getting full off those and feeling a little groggy and stuff. But yeah, usually I go for lighter breakfast. But you know what? I'd still try. I'd still like to have them from time to time. Nothing wrong with them. They're pretty yummers. So yeah. So instead of giving you instead of a good answer where I told you about one type of sandwich I like, I told you every type of sandwich ever in history that I like. So hooray. But I hope you enjoyed my talking about all the different sandwiches that I like, because there's a lot of them. And sandwiches are great. They're a very diverse food. You can have them again. I just named it. You can have it for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, for like a snack, something like a PB&J or like a grilled cheese. It's kind of like a lighter kind of snackish thing. That's pretty awesome. Now, do hot dogs count as a sandwich? I'll eat a hot dog. Some people count hot dogs as sandwiches. There's many debates. Is there dessert sandwiches, like an ice cream sandwich? Oh, I do like an ice cream sandwich. Ice cream sandwiches, very tasty. I do love an ice cream sandwich. That's a delicious yummers thing. Yeah, I like get down with it. But see, ice cream. See, sandwiches might be the most diverse food. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert. You can have it anywhere. And I think that's pretty cool. So you know what? Raichu's given sandwiches a thumbs up in my book. But you know what? That's just my 2 cents. But I think they're great. What a wonderful food. Thanks for the question, Nathan. So that's all we've got for the questions for this week. Though I was giving the redeemed question some more thought, and I did think about, like, there was a time where I was more I really wanted to have like a TF command, like or a redeem, kind of like Pocat has one, for those of you who watch Pocat, or he used to. I don't know if he still does or if he just goes full time kitty cat, but he used to have a redeem that made him switch models, and I think it'd be pretty. Or I used to think it'd be pretty cool to switch between Raichu and Raiju at will, but then I kind of realized that there's not really an easy way to kind of like what do you call it? Switch models without like just straight up doing it. You know what I mean? Like you have to just go to VC Face and just switch. So it's not like a cool there's no cool trick to do it, which I was kind of hopeful that there was, but there was not, unfortunately. So it was just like, okay, well, you just kind of go into the program and hope for the best. But like, I don't know, I feel like that it wasn't something that I wanted to do at that point, because I was just like, okay, well, like, I'm going to be in games and whatnot, and I'm no longer interested if I have to do it that way, because I'm in a game and I have to like frickin' like exit out and like go into my program and manually switch the model like that. At that point, I was like, I don't think I really care about it that much. Like, it sounds pretty cool, but I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people who I don't want to say they don't want to watch if I was using the Raichu model, but the Raichu model is very popular, and who am I to take that away? But yeah, realistically speaking, once it was no longer an easy option, I was like, all right, I think I'm good on that then. like if it was some cool thing where I could snap my fingers and it would be done. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. But having to do all that work, it's too much work, man. I don't know. I don't have time to do all that. I got to play video games. That's what I do. I be playing the video games. So that's just how it be. Well, for those of you who follow me on Twitter, I mean, actually, by the time this comes out, I may have already done it, but I'm on the cusp of Balatro greatness with my attempt at gold staking every Joker. Which, for those of you who don't play Balatro, you might be like, "What the hell does that mean?" It basically is the final thing. Once I've done that, then everything I can do in Balatro is done. Like, I 100% cannot do anything else. There's nothing further I can do. I have beaten the game. It's done. It is done. Nothing else ever to be done. And it's exciting. It really is, because I put a lot of time into this game, and I'm kind of excited to be on the home stretch. Not an easy task. It really is a freaking grind, dude. It is no easy task. And again, for those of you who haven't ever played Balatro, it might not mean much to you. But let me tell you, it is quite the challenging grind of a challenge. It is it takes a lot of patience, because a lot of it comes down to luck. I mean, it is a card game, right? There's luck in any kind of quote unquote gambling type game. So any game with luck factor is going to be frustrating. At some points, like it's fun. You get dopamine in luck based games. Like, for example, poker. You get a lot of dopamine when something, like, things are going well. But when things aren't going well, it can be incredibly frustrating. And that is Balatro. I mean, it is a thing that happens, and it's just how it is. You won't be frustrated from time to time, and you just kind of you deal with it. You just say, all right, and then you suck it up. That's really all you can do. But no, it's been such an incredible journey, and I'm really, like I said, I'm looking forward to being done. But I'm also, it feels weird, like you're, like, at any point, right? Like, being down to my last Joker means that any single run that I do could be the last one, because you don't know in a run if you're gonna. Well, first off, you don't even know if you're gonna get the Joker. So the thing that I'm doing, basically, I have to get lucky to actually find the one Joker I need out of 150 Jokers. So I have to get extremely lucky to find it, and then I have to actually win the run. So there's, like, a lot of luck things that come into play, and they all need to work out for me to win, or else I don't win. And so, but yeah, I mean, what that essentially means is, yeah, like, any of my runs at this point could be my final run ever if I have a good one, and I win. So it's kind of crazy, but also very, very exciting. And like I said, I'm it's really exciting, and I'm anxiously waiting for like, to get that run where I can make, I'm gonna make a video on it too, because it's worth celebrating. It really is, and something I've been waiting a long time for. So it's gonna be therapeutic, but also, yeah, a little bit sad. So I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to not waste my time playing vaRAIety. I'm gonna have to go be productive. Just kidding. I'm pretty productive. I just do it on occasion, but yeah, we're almost there. We're on the home stretch, and it's gonna be a photo finish if I finish before my birthday or not. I will say I've been complaining because it's a luck-based game, and I have struggled to get the luck needed to get the last thing that I need to win, which is very frustrating at times. I'm just like, come on, dude, just give it to me. Just let me win. Just let me win. That's a good that's a good life motto. Like, just let me win. I just want to win. That's all. It's just winning. It's no big deal. So yeah, I thought about like streaming the finale, but I realized the logistics of that are hard because because like it could be at any time, and I might just like turn on the stream at like midnight and be like, hey, here I am. And I don't really want to do that either. So it's more so for me just going to be it's just going to be a case of I'm going to try to make a YouTube video, and I think that'll be really good because yeah, like I will be able to go live whenever that may happen, and we'll be good. So yeah, I mean, not go live. Did I say go live? I meant I'll be able to just hit the record button on my dang what's this program called, OBS, and then there's a YouTube video, and then everyone's happy because they get to see me beat vaRAIety. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I need a new card or game. I beat the heck out of Luck Be a Landlord. Luck Be a Landlord is like a kind of like vaRAIety, but it's instead of poker, it's a slot machine. Which that game was actually really fun. I know, like, I'm explaining it, and that probably sounds really stupid to you, but I assure you, it is really freaking cool. It was a really fun game. I was super impressed with it. So yeah, I'm on the hunt. We're on the hunt for the next great roguelike wannabe, what do you call it? Gambling game. There's one called, like, I think Bingle Bingle, and it's a roulette roguelike, which I like roulette, so that might be fun. I don't know. I was interested, but I don't know. If I can't make a freaking YouTube series out of it or a stream, believe it or not, I know it's gonna sound crazy to you. Believe it or not, I don't really buy that many games unless I'm gonna make a video out of it, because I don't have a lot of time to play games. I wish I did. I want to play more video games because video games are fun. But you know what? There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do, and there's a lot to be done in the next few months. Like, we've got the cons coming in hot in a couple weeks. We've got Toshabi's going to be here for like 3 weeks. So that's a thing. Then I have like 2 concerts in May. I have a family visit in May. I have a family visit in June. Toshabi's also going to be back in June to watch Jax while I'm away with my family. And so yeah, and that's just like the next 2.5, 3 months. Like, you can see, that's a lot of freaking things, dude. So yeah, it's like very much a case of there's a lot to do. There's too much to do. I can't do it all. I want to do it all, but I can't do it all. There's too much. So yeah, we'll you know what? We'll get there. We'll get there together, and we'll figure it out. But yeah, the next few months are going to be really hectic, and I don't foresee a whole lot of video game playing. I mean, other than YouTube series, but I'll be honest with you guys, I'm pretty well ahead in my recordings. Like, I'm very happy that I am strongly ahead in my recordings, like I said. Yeah, like, I have enough videos to get through. Let me just tell you, to get through a while. So I don't have to worry, thankfully, because yeah, like I said, there's a lot of stuff coming up, and for me, I never like to worry about if I'll have content to upload while I'm gone, because as you guys know, I'm doing the whole one YouTube video every single day this entire year. So I don't want to be stressing myself out, worrying if I have enough content. So I make sure to stockpile. When I have free time, I be busting out those vids, dude. We be burning it up like the Jonas Brothers. Do people still get that reference? I wonder. Do people like the Jonas Brothers in whatever year we're in? What year are we in? 2025? I don't know. I don't think they're that relevant, but I don't know. They're fine. I never was into the Jonas Brothers, but I think they're fine. They're cool. Like, I guess, right? Are they cool? I don't know. Are they good people? I don't know. I feel like they got made fun of, but also people are just kind of mean to certain people for no reason, right? So I don't know if the Jonas Brothers are kind of douches or if people are just jerks. Probably, if I'm being honest, probably people are just jerks because sometimes people get bullied very unjustly, and that's sad. You know, that's not very nice. Don't bully people. Don't bully people. That's not nice. That's not nice. You shouldn't do that. I disapprove of your mean bullying. So yeah, don't do it. You heard me? You hear me? Don't do it. Are you listening? Are you listening to me right now? But yeah, um, it's crazy, man. There really is so much stuff coming up, and I feel okay though. I think I'm where I need to be in terms of things, like like as far as being caught up on everything that I need to be. I'm doing pretty good, and even like this weekend, I was talking about it. Like we had our community night, and I was late because just to be content warning, death. There was another death in my family, which is like the third pretty major death of the year in my extended, not like my direct family, but like my extended family, and so I was getting called about that, and so yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on this year. It's been, man, it's really crazy though, right? Like I really did like definitely I was like, yo, 2025 is going to be like the sickest year ever. Everything's going to be perfect. And then there's been a great deal of imperfect things happening, which you know what, that's how life be sometimes, and you gotta roll with the punches, dude, because you can't do anything else, and like yeah, it sucks, but it's it's kind of like we talked about it before, but just like my ability to kind of leave emotions out, like just to like be logical about things. It's both a blessing and a curse because sometimes it just like comes off as like I'm very I don't have emotions, but I actually have a shitload of emotions. But I'm just very, very, very good at balancing them and getting through things. Like last year was so hard for me, but like I didn't miss a single stream. I missed 0 streams. Um, I, for all intents and purposes, like I functioned at an incredibly high level for the amount of grief and like trauma and like badness I felt. You know what I mean? Like but for me, there's never been an alternative. Like you have shit you have to do, period. And it's not like the world's gonna like, not like my bills cannot be paid because like, oh, I'm doing bad. So I can not do my job, or I can fall behind on my bills, or Jax doesn't need any walks, or like my house doesn't need to be cleaned. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's just too much to do, but there's no alternative. Like you have to just do it, and it's unfortunate because yeah, like there's been a lot of death and a lot of like loss, a lot of just bad stuff in the last couple of years, but it's just a case of like it sucks, but you just have to keep on pushing through, and I mean that's all there is to it. There's no option to fail. You know what I mean? I don't give myself there's no choice. And it's interesting, right? Because a lot of people have asked me that same thing about like my stream, like, right, you like, how do you find the motivation to like stream every single day or like every week for like all the years you have, right? Like without hardly ever missing any streams, like for many years. Like people say like, oh, I don't have the motivation. Like, how do you have the motivation to do that? And it's just like any responsibility, right? Like And I don't want to make it sound bad, like, oh, I don't have a choice, like, oh, I don't want to do it, I'm just doing it because I have to. But like, it's just any responsibility. Like I need to do it. I wake up, it's Tuesday, stream day, baby. We're gonna be streaming. And there's nothing like I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like I am happy that that's the case. I'm quite honored that I get to stream all the time, like every single Tuesday and Thursday. And so yeah, that for me there's no it is a responsibility, and again, I don't feel like I have a choice in a good way though. Like there's stuff to do, and so I'm gonna do it. And I am happy that I have the privilege of doing it because yeah, again, like not everyone has the privilege of doing it. Some people just don't, they can't even stream for whatever reason. They live with their parents, they can't stream. That was one I heard a lot. Like I want to stream, but I live with my parents and I can't like stream or whatever. And like, yeah, it's a thing. Um, so I'm privileged that I get to stream and I get to see you guys every Tuesday and Thursday for the last how many years? 5. And it's been such a great journey, and I'm looking forward to many, many more journeys together. That's the name of the new Pokemon set, by the way. Fun fact: Journey Together. That's the name of it. We were talking about it during the game night because Pixel also likes Pokemon cards, and as do I. But these days, you can't really get Pokemon cards because they're very, very scalped. And if you try to go to the store and get some, there's going to be nothing there because, again, they're all scalped, which is sad. Um, it's tough, it's very sad. Like I don't know, even it's an interesting thing because people like sometimes like even I'm a video game collector. I have a good Pokemon card collect. I have a lot of collections, as you guys know. I'm very collector core. Um, but like people say like, oh, like like you like have a collection, like you are one of the people who wouldn't want it to drop or whatever. But like I'd be happy if like the cost of games dropped. I'd be super happy because that means I can buy more games. That a lot of collectors feel that way, right? Whereas like I'm happy that my collection has a lot of value, right? Like of course I'm very happy about that. However, I never bought games to make money. I bought games because I like games. And so for me, and again, a lot of other collectors feel the same way. For me, it's a case of, yo, if prices drop, I can buy so many more because like games are really expensive right now, right? And so like if I want to buy a game, like it's very difficult to buy many games because they're very, 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 very extraordinarily expensive. So you're kind of, I mean, at least for me anyway. Again, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but for me, like I don't buy a ton of games these days. Like what I have, for the most part, is what I have, and that's fine. Like again, I'm very lucky that I have all the amazing games that I do. So it's not like I'm saying like woe is me. Like oh, I wish I had more games. I mean, I do, but like I'm very aware that I'm very fortunate for what I have. But yeah, if the prices dropped, I mean, that would be freaking awesome. And I could buy tons more games. Like, heck yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's just an interesting little tangent there of collecting because collecting is it's a fun thing and it's funny. I don't know who all was there who listened to this. It wasn't there, but on Orca's stream one time, pretty recently, he was talking about vinyl records, which by the way I do collect those. And he was like, anyone here collect vinyls? I bet Raichi does. And then of course I had to say in chat, I had to come clean. And I said, yes, Orca. Yes, I do. Um, that is one of the many Raichu collections. I'm not super huge on vinyl because I don't know. It's just, again, it's one of too many things. And I like vinyls a lot, but I'm aware of limitations. So some things I hold back on, like even DVDs. I like collecting DVDs or like physical media like that, like movies. I really like those. I don't have that many though, because again, I have to pick and choose. And I'm much more video game or card games. Like the biggest things that I have the most of are video games, as you guys know, and card games like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon. I have a lot of those things. Vinyls, I have a fair amount. Even board games, which board games, it's funny. Toshabi and I ended up having like a large board game collection, and we never intended to collect board games like at all. We had no interest in intending to collect board games. But somehow, some way, it was just funny. We ended up being board game collectors, and it was from just a place of like we just kept getting them over the years. Like we would, like, you know, something happens, you get a board game. Okay, cool. Like that's fine. Board games are fun. Nothing wrong with that. But then you get more board games, and then you get more, and then you get more, and then you get more, and it was like, Tashabi, we have a lot of board games now, but we don't collect board games. But we have a lot of board games now, and that's where we ended up with a lot of board games. So, hooray! No qualms. I enjoy board games. They're fun, but it was just funny how it kind of ended up that way, where we went from no board games to a whole lot of board games. And if you ever see my house, you will see a great deal of board games. And I promise you, I am not a big board game player. It would look like it. If you came to my house, you would be like, oh my God, Raichu loves board games. I really don't. I promise I don't love board games. They're okay. They're fine. I don't hate board games or anything, but they're not my love. I'll be honest with you, you know? They're just okay. But it is quite hilarious because, like I said, yeah, like it's crazy. I'm sure I'm not doing it justice telling you how many board games I have. There's a lot of freaking board games, dude. And I can't tell you the last time I played a board game. I can tell you the last time I played a video game today and yesterday, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that, the day before that. Pretty much every day. I don't love board games. I said the wrong word. I love video games. That one. That's the one that I love. Not board games. Board games, they're all right. Video games, very cool. That was funny though. I had a Freudian slip there for a moment. I said I love board games. It was just a joke. I don't love board games. I promise. I promise. Board games they're. See, I don't know. Like, I've had a fun experience with every time I've played board games. However, I don't know. It's just you have to be in a right mood. Like the last board game that I played, like a long game of, was what's that? Ticket to Ride? Is that what it's called? And that was fun. Like that was like a year and change ago. That was, I mean, honestly, quite fun. Like no qualms. I promise. I had tons of fun. But big emphasis on but. I had to psych myself up big time, and I'm okay not playing it again for a while. I promise you. I'm good on board games for quite some time. But I'm sure the next time, whenever the next time may be, I'm sure it'll be fun. But for me, it's just, I don't know. Is it like ADD? Like I can't focus on a board game because there's like you got to learn a lot of rules and stuff. I mean, it's probably something like that, right? Because there's a lot more like video games. I feel like you can just kind of, you pick up, you play them. It's no prob, you know? Like you just boom. You know how to play video games because we've all played video games, right? Like it's a thing. It's a thing. We've all played a lot of video games in our life, and I don't know about you guys. I've been playing video games essentially my entire life, and so there's no learning curve or like how does this work or like how does this particular, like, sure, there's learning curve of like you know, different games are different obviously, but like there's a way higher learning curve with board games, and I'm just not down with it most of the time, but you know, that's how it be. So anyway, I hope you don't mind my tangent of board games there. It looks like we're about all done. So yeah, thank you guys very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Next time, we're going to be back with a special convention-themed episode of the podcast, and I hope that you'll be there. If you're not, I understand, but you better be there, okay? Thank you so much. I love you very much, and have a wonderful rest of your day.